A landmark decision made today in the case of Mohsen Mahdawi versus Donald J. Trump. A federal judge in Burlington released Mahdawi on bail this morning, ruling Trump and the federal government were unjustified in having immigration agents detain him and try to deport him just over 2 weeks ago. ABC 22's Matt Holderman was there for the moment Mahdawi walked out of the courthouse unhandcuffed, no shackles. Matt, tell us more about that moment and exactly what was discussed in court.
Yeah, Lauren, well, the crowd of a couple hundred Mahdawi supporters absolutely erupted when they saw him walk out of the front doors undetained this morning, marking a unique moment in American history where a green card holder appears to have bested a sitting president in an immigration-related case. The judge asked the government 1 week ago to provide more reasoning for why they detained Mahdawi in the first place, and while members of Trump's cabinet did provide some more details Monday afternoon, the judge decided it still wasn't good enough to justify keeping Mahdawi behind bars.
He's free!
A celebration outside the Burlington, Vermont federal courthouse Wednesday morning as Mohsen Mahdawi walked out the front doors a free man just over 2 weeks after being suddenly detained by federal immigration officials.
To President Trump and his cabinet, yes. I am not afraid of you.
Yes.
District Court Judge Jeffrey Crawford granted Mahdawi's motion for release and immediately denied an appeal from the federal government to pause his release for 7 days. Members of the Trump administration, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, had explained that they told ICE agents to detain Mahdawi because he posed a threat to U.S. foreign policy interest, largely through pro-Palestinian protests he led at Columbia University denouncing the war in Gaza. Judge Crawford ruled this and other arguments the government provided aren't enough to justify detaining Mahdawi or attempting to deport him.
They arrested me. What's the reason? Because I raised my voice and I said no to war, yes to peace.
Mohsen's story speaks for itself. He's a man of peace. The judge saw it. He looked very clearly at the law, and it was no question.
Mahdawi concluded by reminding his supporters of other university students similarly detained by the feds in recent months, like Ramesa Azturk and Mahmoud Khalil, who still remain in prison. He says their goal going forward should be continuing to rally for peace and for their releases too.
Yes, you might think I am free, but my freedom is interlinked to the freedom of many other students, including Ramesa Azturk and Mahmoud Khalil. Where we go from this, we have to mobilize, we have to organize, we have to invest in peace and center compassion and empathy, and we have to divest from war and hate.
And although today's ruling will undoubtedly go down as the biggest moment in this case, it's technically not over just yet. Mahdawi's attorneys say the court still hasn't granted him full habeas relief, and they plan on returning to get that relief along with getting Mahdawi precluded from any future detentions and having the case vindicated from his record. For now, reporting live in the studio, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.
Federal government didn't have the case that they thought they had.
In America, you should not be put in a jail cell for exercising your First Amendment rights.
Vermont leaders at the state and federal level added their voices today. The congressional delegation has been actively rallying on behalf of Mahdawi as most recently as last night in Washington, D.C.